Michigan State in this game. I think what they do offensively as well as defensively, I don't think Notre Dame has not been exposed to that yet this season, playing Navy and who they play last week.
Purdue.
Purdue, yeah. They haven't been exposed to the caliber of a team that Michigan State is. Michigan State playing at home, that's also going to play an effect on it. I think Michigan State wins this game 28-13.
And I think Notre Dame comes out with the loss.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir! Because it's garbage!
No, okay, go ahead. Well, we had to put some sound clips in there, so we just wanted to throw some things in there. But Notre Dame, we think they're going to lose. Michigan State, going to keep going, probably Le'Veon Bell going to be the MVP of the game. So we're thinking Michigan State over Notre Dame in this game.
And I already touched Tyler Wilson out versus Bama. But hold on, before we get into this one, we have some time. We have 11 and a half minutes.
Okay.
There were two really big injuries. One of them was huge. The injuries that happened this past weekend. Tulane player broke his neck, and it looked like that happened.
Oh
to
yeah.
Arkansas, but he only got. I think he got like a concussion. So, but hold on.
No. He went to the hospital, and he was in very severe condition. He was life-threatening condition, and it was a very bad hit. And who knows if he's going to play football again or what? But
I don't think so. I don't think he'll play.
And I mean, every time you get on the field, it's subject to happen. When it's a football game, and it's just what can happen in football.
Well, I mean, Devin Walker. I mean, it just goes to show you. 1 minute you're playing football, the next minute you can't move. And one thing, this story that I'm reading right now on Associated Press, Eric LeGrand. He played for Rutgers. I think it was 2 years ago, and it was a kickoff, same type deal. Hit with his head down and just went limp. He was paralyzed from the. I don't think he was paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah, waist down.
And apparently, LeGrand's mom reached out to Devin Walker's family, just because obviously they know what Eric LeGrand had to go through, and so they know what this family's going through. So really cool that they went out of their way to contact these people and let them know everything's going to be all right. Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened, but
that's just every time.
It's a risk you take when you put on your shoulder pads.
Every time
you never want to see something like that happen, but it's football. It's going to happen at some point in time. We're going to take a quick break. Coming back, we'll touch on USC and Stanford.
Big game of the week.
And then ad-lib it from there. We'll be right back. Spreaker Web Radio, Nick Lott, Armando Ramirez, 4th and Inches. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 4th and Inches on Spreaker Web Radio, presented by Bayou State Pawn and Jewelry and Bayou Bark. Now here are the hosts, Nick Lott and Armando Ramirez.
And we're back, final segment, 4th and Inches. As always, you can tell by the music, now that I'm back on top of things. Haven't played that. I actually played it to kick off the show last week. And so back into the groove always comes on the last segment of the show, or at least that's how we started things off. But coming back, talking about USC and Stanford, USC has beat them 3 years in a row, but one thing that's missing, Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I think definitely Stanford, they are ranked, but losing a guy like Andrew Luck is just unfortunate, and they are going to have to find a way to work back and find a way to replace this great piece of the puzzle. Just like Baylor lost Kendall Wright and Robert Griffin III.
Terrence Ganaway.
Exactly. You're gonna take a hit when you lose a guy like Andrew Luck. So I mean, it's not you can't exactly replace him, but you can try and work your offense enough to where you can sustain the offensive power, or you can at least try and get close to what you were before without Andrew Luck. And remember, they did also lose their coach a couple years ago. So Stanford's in a whole fluctuation right now, and I think this could be like a not a rebuilding year, but just a get back to where we were kind of year.
Kind of like what I think Baylor's going to get through. And I mean, I like Nick Florence. I think he's a great quarterback, but he's no Robert Griffin. Not by a long shot. And he did do a great job against SMU. I'm pretty sure they had a bye last week, and I'm not quite sure off the top of my head who they play this week. But I mean, he showed that he's ready to take over that offense. And the defense, they've definitely improved upon what they were last season. And, I mean, all of Baylor's games seem to be shootouts. Good Lord, look at the Alamo Bowl. Washington's defensive coordinator got fired the next day. But, Baylor's defense has improved drastically. I mean, you have playmakers like Sam Hall, KJ Morton, sorry. And I've touched on this before. Art Briles is a great recruiter. And, I mean, he was head coach at Houston. Robert Griffin would have been at Houston if Art Briles had not taken the job at Baylor. And one thing about Houston, I mean, they dropped the opener to Texas State. Yeah, okay, opening game jitters. They dropped their second one to Louisiana Tech. And, yes, they have a new offensive coordinator or whoever they fired. Week 1. And so, I mean, a week to get situated to a whole different person running your offense, that's going to be tough. And a lot of that team, I talked to my dad about it, and a lot of that team was Kevin Sumlin and Case Keenum.
Yeah, and
neither of them are there now.
Right. Case Keenum is on the practice squad for the Texans, and Kevin Sumlin is the head coach at A&M. So, I mean, Houston is going into a free fall right now, and it's not looking pretty for U of H. Just like it's not looking pretty for a lot of teams in college football right now.
I mean, you said it. Goodness. One more thing I did want to touch on before we go is I got to see who they're playing this week because it's bothering me.
Okay.
Let's see. Teams. Looking at who Tech plays this week because I'm going to give like a breakdown of what they've done so far this season. New Mexico, 1-1. Tech's 2-0.
To win the Capital One Cup,
I hate the commercials. I didn't want to
lay it all on the line. Every play, every game, in every sport. Like Capital One
I can't
Cup
even see the mouse.
Follow your school in the race to become the best in college.
Sorry about that. The stupid ads that play on ESPN when you click on a team. 58-10 over Texas State last week. Seth Daggy, 319 yards. Kenny Williams, 62 yards. Devin Moore, 73 yards receiving. Playing this game at home, New Mexico, never really been a problem to Tech. I think they win this, and then Iowa State the week after. So, and looking at their stats, passing yards, 6th in the nation with 363. Rushing yards, 46. I mean, they're Texas Tech. They have been balancing the run since Tuberville's been there. And Tuberville's off to a better start. Well, granted, they've played some school in Louisiana, Northwestern State, and Texas State. But as far as play calling and how they look on defense, Tech is a better football team than they were last year, going 5-7. And I think you'll see that once conference play starts. 9th in points for, averaging 51 points a game, and 6th in points against, only giving up 8. they're ahead of LSU in that department, but LSU's played slightly better teams. LSU, I think, is giving up 8.5 points a game, but
okay, keep going.
Yeah, and so Tech, I think, with Eric Stevens back from the ACL injury, Barrett Batch tweeted that he has a feeling that Eric Stevens is just going to completely explode this season. Seth Daggy, a great quarterback. He's been in that system for 2 years as a starter now. He got some playing time his sophomore season, so he knows what he's doing at the quarterback position. I think Texas Tech's going to go 9-3 this season.
Okay, that's a little hefty prediction there, but all right.
Well, I mean, look at what they did last year, and we have a minute and a half left, so I'm going to make this quick. They lost at A&M. They should have beat them. They should have beat A&M, lost at the last minute. Should have beat Kansas State, lost at the last minute. Should have beat Missouri, lost at the last minute. That's 3 games. You add 3 wins, that's 8 wins. That's 8-4, and I definitely think they can beat Oklahoma. Wait, no, they play Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
but I think they can. They're going to win a game that they shouldn't this year.
Right.
Whether it's Texas and OU was that game last year.
Right, yeah.
And I definitely think whether it's Texas, OU, Oklahoma State, they're going to win a game that they shouldn't. All right, that's going to wrap things up, guys. This is, I think, one of the longest shows we've done.
Yeah.
Sorry we haven't been doing shows more often.
We're just really busy.
Yeah, busy with work, school, top priorities. But we're out. Nick Lott, Armando Ramirez. 4th and Inches. We'll see you when we see you.
It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted, barely breathing, holding on to what I believe in.